Well, guys, it's that time. Q4 has officially ended. At the timing of this video, it is, I believe, the 22nd. Online shopping has slowed down. My sales are down pretty bad, just like probably anybody else's sales at the timing of this video, which is normal, because the cutoff date for online shopping is basically done with. Everybody's trying to get last minute gifts in store, going to Walmart, Best Buy, all the brick and mortars, malls, whatever it may be. So, sales are gonna slow down for a bit over the weekend and whatnot. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope everybody had a wonderful Q4. Hopefully, if this was your first Q4, you learned a ton from it for sure. Going forward, with that being said, make sure you take notes on what worked, what didn't work. Maybe some of you got, maybe as a beginner, you got into all the hype toys. You got hyped with Lego. You went super deep on them. They probably didn't work out as good as you thought they were going to work out. And so maybe for the next Q4 going forward, you re-strategize and try different categories, different products, and not just go too deep on one certain category, brand, or something like that. Because some Legos do pretty well, no lie, but I know a lot of them, especially with like polo groups, Discord groups, yeah, those are just probably not as good. Another thing, maybe you learned that you didn't go deep enough, didn't go hard enough like you should have, because you were a little bit conservative with your capital. And honestly, that's perfectly fine. Not everybody needs to go super deep on products and go crush it and risk doing that. So hopefully going into the next year, next Q4, you'll have the better knowledge. You'll be able to go in there, go deeper, and test your products, at a much better, faster pace. And, just continue to kill that, crush that Q4 for sure. So hopefully you took some notes on that. Maybe you didn't send in shipments early enough. Maybe you got caught up too late and some stuff didn't get checked in. I know for some sellers, the checking times were horrible. Even for me, okay, some of my stuff I sent in like mid-November, they didn't get checked into like the week before Christmas. So yeah, trust me, guys, I know how it is. So, but yeah, like I said, overall, hope you guys did learn, because regardless of whether you made as much money as you wanted to or you didn't, I'm pretty sure you learned a lot of lessons in this year alone, just from this Q4. Like I said, just take notes, write down what worked, what didn't work, go over your strategies, and going into 2023, do different things, right? Put certain systems, different strategies in place. I know me personally, I'm coming up with so many things for 2023 that I wasn't doing in 2022, especially with like VAs and stuff. I'm gonna have them outsourcing. I actually got one that's gonna be I'm gonna move up to a manager. So with her being in that position, she'll be able to go over the leads for me, handle any other VAs I get on my team moving forward, which we only got 2, her and a different one. So that will be out of my plate, and stuff like that. I'm outsourcing to free up some time for myself and letting the business scale up, moving certain ways. So strategies like that. And going into Q1, guys, this is an important tip for some of you, and especially a lot of you who do OA. During Q4 there were a lot of deals, a lot of flash sales going on. Those are about to start going away, so a lot of you are gonna have to go back to re-strategizing how you guys source. Okay, you're gonna notice that not a lot of stuff are gonna be as profitable, or if they are, you're gonna have to time certain coupons, discounts, and whatnot. So make sure you sharpen that sourcing skill, because during outside Q4 periods, it's going to be much harder for a lot of you who already had trouble finding products before Q4 going into Q1. So make sure you sharpen that, learn the skills, take, a course or something from someone else, get that mentorship, get a consultation call from someone, and just build up your your knowledge, your skill set. So hopefully you do that, and plan better. Maybe with accounting, for example, bookkeeping. Maybe you bought a ton of stuff, you weren't tracking it, you weren't keeping up with sales tax that you were buying, business supplies, expenses, all that stuff. Next year, stay more formatted, okay? Me personally, I'm outsourcing bookkeeping too. So I'm already in contact with the CPA, accountant, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have them basically have access to all my information. So whenever I buy stuff, make sales and all that, they're handling all that for me, so I don't have to be wasting time going back and forth trying to update this on a Google Sheet, update this on Inventory Labs or whatever software it may be. And so that'll be completely hands off for me, and that'll give me more time to source more or whatever I need to do in the business, or just free up more time. Like I said, having that outsourced is going to be pretty good too. Plus, with an accountant in place, they know better with your numbers than you probably ever will. So yeah, so that might be a good option for a lot of you going into 2023 as well. Yeah, like I said, just plan ahead, strategize. If you have to take a break, take a week off, whatever it may be, just cool down. At the timing of this video, I'm taking a few days off myself, mainly because it's gonna be super cold here in Texas in the next 2 days. So me and the crew are just gonna, we've been trying to push out a big shipment that we've had recently. Because of storage limits, we can't even push it out. We're just prepping it and getting it ready. So, and that's another thing too, storage limits. That's something I need to work on for next year that I didn't expect to happen this year. But yeah, going back to that, take the days off. Me, at the timing of this video, it's Thursday, so I'll be taking off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll still be going over some leads, probably doing more YouTube videos along the way, during these next few days. And by next week, just finish up that shipment, get it out, and just wait for storage limits at that point. Maybe do some more FBM while we can, just because we're out of storage limits, to be honest. So, stuff like that, taking days off, recharge, whatever it may be, spend more time with your family, catch up on some video games, or whatever you want to do, right? So, because, hey, let's all admit it, here in Q4, that was the time to grind, so. But, yeah. And so, you just want to do stuff like that going into Q1 for 2023. And another thing before we end this video for sure, remember, during Q4, people don't just receive physical gifts as presents. They also get cash sometimes. They get gift cards, So if you think that you should be stopping completely for like a whole 2-3 weeks or something, don't, because January is usually like a second Q4, Q5 type of thing, just because everybody wants to be spending their cash, their gift cards. People get the wrong gifts. People get gifts they didn't ask for or receive some. I mean, we all got that before, right? But so people will return stuff, and that's another thing, guys. Be ready for returns, because returns are high as well. Keep in mind, Amazon put in place, if they order stuff from October, they have until January to return those products. So don't be surprised if you see people returning stuff from October, November, all the way to January. So keep that in mind, and make sure you set up your margins for that. And don't be surprised when you see all these returns. But depending on what you sell, it might not be as bad. Like, for instance, beauty, grocery category, you may not get as many returns as you think you should. Now, for people who do clothing, apparel, Nike, all that stuff, yeah, you may get a lot higher returns. But I mean, if you made really good margins, they probably won't phase you too much. All right. So, but yeah, so be ready for those returns and keep pushing out shipments. All right. Keep pushing out inventory if you can, because me and my crew, that's what we're doing too. Just because we're taking a few days off doesn't mean we completely stopped either. Okay. Like I said, we got stuff ready in the garage, getting ready to go. So hopefully by the time Q1 comes in, we're able to send out most of what we can, and just make those sales for January and really see an increase in sales. And with that being said, just a quick recap of my personal experience in this Q4. October went pretty well. November was my highest month. We hit over 80,000 in that month. December, we had some personal stuff going, storage limits, all that stuff. So it didn't go as good as it should have been for us. And I mean, I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Stuff happens, so you can't let it get to you. So, it is what it is. But yeah, so hopefully going into 2023, we'll go even harder, crush January to make up for December. Yeah, just keep going at it. So, but I mean, aside from that, I hope you guys had a, wonderful Q4. Hopefully you crushed it, and if you didn't, learn from it. Trust me, every Q4 you learn something new, you learn something more about yourself, about your business, and you're able to implement different strategies, different things, so that for the next Q4, you can crush it even more. And that's one thing I'll say real quick before we end the video. My Q4 was better this year than it was the previous Q4s, so I can't complain at all whatsoever. But yeah, so, but aside from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the information that I've been giving you guys. I'll be dropping more videos actually, since I have a few extra more time on my hands. So with that being said, I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment down below and know what you guys think, and subscribe if you already haven't. And I'm out.